How fast can Hercules Crypto do this video to give you an update on the markets? What's ahead this week? What data is coming out this week? What should be looking forward to for those that are thinking or already invested into Bitcoin or stuff? And just follow me because you might do it in the next 3 or 4 years when you hear all the news about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin strategic reserve that they're holding. We're going to talk more about it on March the 7th, which is very good and bullish for this. But we just on the weekly, we ended the weekly candle yesterday, and I'm gonna show you that real quick. And I got the zoomed out chart on my television so you can I can explain better, more clarity on the markets, and then I'll talk about the 5 coins that are used for the strategic reserve as well as Bitcoin. So if you look at this chart here, this is hopefully this will be better because the candlesticks tell the story. And when I first started trading in April of last year, at the end of April, I haven't been in the game a year yet, but I'm ramping up my knowledge. What bit of a free time I have, which I don't have a lot usually. But this is the USD dollar. This is Bitcoin's price right now currently. Struggling around, staying above my levels. I was saying 90K or 91K. We must stay above. And this is on the Coinbase exchange. It's American exchange, one of the most popular American exchange, in my opinion. And all these coins that they're talking about are American-based tokens. So these are good coins to buy long term, not short term, of course, because a lot of volatility. Will people will FOMO out of the markets at the worst times. They always buy at the highs and sell at the lows. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing the opposite of that. And that's why you need to follow Hercules Crypto 16 channel, guys. And I will send more links out there. But currently, I'm showing you this candle. We are momentum up. That was yesterday. Usually, typically, this is Saturday with low volume. I saw volume climbing down super fast on a Saturday. That should have been a sign for me to tell a bigger story because volume was coming down so fast on Saturday. Usually, Sunday is the last day when the New York Stock Exchange are closed. They manipulate price with low volume to the downside. Not 100% always. Nothing's 100%. And we do not have a crystal ball. No one truly knows exactly where price is going to go. But I am very good with my analysis. But you see here the candle. This is a daily candle. This is today. That was yesterday. So 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. This is where it got bought up. This is what you call a hammer candle, sort of. This I don't like the small body. But see, we got price going up. This is the daily time frame. See the bottom of the wick. So here on the last day prior from this day, when we got bought up, some good news. This right here would be your closing price. Then this is your open price. So we got dropped real low, and the wick at the bottom is very bullish. And then we got bought up here, and then we stopped here. That's closing price. Moving into the next day. Okay, trying to explain more clarity how I read charts. I used to look at lines, but when I first started, I didn't know anything about all this stuff, but I'm ramping up my knowledge and I'm going to teach y'all so y'all know this if y'all one day want to hedge yourself against inflation and get into a scarcity asset like Bitcoin or something else or US stocks, the traditional stock markets. But you see here, this is a hammer candle. It looks like a hammer. It needs to have bigger body, but you see we got going up real quick. And then with the low volume, a lot of the bears were crying and got short. They got liquidated because typically low volume. Good news came out and we got pumped up fast. And I'm sure they were expecting prices to come way lower than 77,000 K. I was hearing like 70K and all that. And my opinion, we're not going to drop below 74.5. That was the initial target of as low as we could drop. So I'm not saying we're going to come that low, but I have to look at the markets in both directions. That's why I'm a good technical analysis, because if you look at markets in both directions, then you'll know. Sorry about that. My indicators here. I knew that was going to happen. So real quick, and then I'm going to show you if I can navigate this thing to the weekly chart, because I got to show you the weekly. It's very important to look in the macro, and I want to show you something cool. I've got to clean this chart up a bit. Sorry, not prepared, I guess. Okay, right here is the weekly candles. Okay, so price currently still struggling around 91,000. And then this is good because price, this we're going to be bullish this week, and I'm about to show you now on the weekly chart real quick. All right. So going into the week, these weekly candles in the macro, you always got to look in the macro. You got to zoom out always to tell you where the trend is going, even in the short term. So right here is the candle here. This is a weekly candle, almost a $20,000 move from the downside to the upside. So if you're leverage trading, you can make a lot of money short in price and then long in price. Now, this is a hammer candle on the weekly, and this is a better, more beautiful sweet. I love this candle better than the daily candle that I showed you like 4 days out when we got the market going. But this right here was yesterday's. It closed and we formed this hammer candle, which is beautiful. So that's bullish for this week. So don't look at price coming down because we are below my 14-day moving average. And I got it colored in orange. I chose that color. But right here on this move, I'll show you real quick. Okay, now we're on that candle, last week's candle. There's your open price there. There's your high, 96.5, and there's your lows, 97, 78, 167 on the Coinbase exchange. Now, all exchanges are not 100% the same, but very close. Closing price, we closed the candle very healthy and very good at 94.2. I love to see that. And we formed the hammer candle. So that's bullish for this week, and I suspect today and tomorrow is the best buying times, in my opinion. And Wednesday, things will get moving because of the data coming out. Now, let me show you this data real quick. First, I want to show one more indicator on the monthly. And then I do have to pull up the RSI real quick, guys. Hide that. EMA. And then let's pull up this indicator here. The RSI is one of my favorite. All technical analysts use the RSI, all of them, and traditional stock markets as well as Bitcoin and crypto. Right here, the RSI, we are currently at 44.11, and this is the monthly chart. I did not want to go below. The convergent line. The convergent line is this dotted line you see here on the monthly. You must always zoom out. The good news is we are curving back up to the upside, but we got to get moving fast because I do not like us dropping on the monthly on the RSI below the convergent line, which is the 50 level. And we're currently at 44 point something. The low is 44s. So we are curving up, which is good, but we got to get going. And I really wanted to show you that, but on the other chart I was wanting to show you was how's total 3 looking, the altcoins. Bearish. Yeah, bearish. That's total 3, excluding Ethereum and BTC, and maybe the third largest cap coin. That's bearish. This data that's coming out, I have the Fed watch list, their calendar, the market watch, but the data that's coming out this week to know what's going on. And this is why I think Wednesday could be good. So if you look at the news, here's my market watch. You got the ADP non-farms employment coming out on Wednesday, March the 5th, this is very bullish. And then you got on the 6th, Thursday, initial jobless claims. Then we got all that other stuff. But what I really want to look at is the U.S. job reports are coming out. And then Fed Chairman Jerome Powell was speaking at around 12:30 p.m. So, yeah, this is going to be really good because I think Friday is going to be the big market mover with the seminar happening, the first time ever market seminar, but of crypto that White House is hosting. So the 5 coins that are listed will be like XRP, Solana, ADA, and of course your Ethereum and Bitcoin on the strategic reserve. Now, a lot of states have been filing for the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and we'll probably know more about Trump's stance and the people in White House on this BTC strategic reserve on Friday, which is the 7th. And then, like I said, Jerome Powell, when he speaks, he can really boost. Volatility is going to be nuts Friday. I mean, oh my gosh, you can make a lot of money if you're leverage trading on Friday. You can also lose a lot of money. You must understand that. But I think it's going to be really bullish news. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I think it's going to be good because we got about 16 days to know if Jerome Powell we're going to cut rates or not. We do need to cut rates. We've been expecting that. We at the beginning of this year we keep hearing a pause, and we've been in this quantitative tightening for a while. And what we want is quantitative easing, which quantitative easing would really go parabolic with the altcoins, but unfortunately, it's not looking anytime soon for the quantitative easing. So we've been quantitative tightening since I guess year 22 or so, but we need to get things going because with the economy and a lot of signs I'm showing, but job numbers performance currently around 4 as about 4.1%. And these are reports that are coming out are for last month, February, and that would be on Friday. And we'll get more data coming out, I believe, on like I show you Wednesday. But yeah, we have to look at everything both ways. I don't look at the markets one direction. And I think like the Magnificent Seven, like your Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, and all your Alphabet, all your big stocks, Magnificent Seven, which always good market movers. They're the ones boost U.S. stocks and stuff and get things going, put more liquidity in the space. That's what I think. There's going to be listed 7 strategic reserve coins, not just 5. So the other 2, if you haven't bought these pumps, I really suspect around like 90% that these 2 coins will get listed and probably either be spoken of around Friday when they got more news to, of course, to say to boost the markets. I'm sure it's going to be good news, not bad. Which the other 2 coins are going to be American-based tokens like XRP and all that, in ADA, which is going to be the American-based tokens are going to be Hedera, which is HBAR, and then the other one will be Chainlink. They are extremely undervalued right now, and they are American-based. They got a lot of projects behind them that are going to be needed in the future, like XRP and all that, and ADA. So and then they're talking about the next coin to get the approved for ETFs. I done said this in last videos. My opinion, a lot of people want to think XRP is going to get it or whatever, or some people may think Doge, but honestly, it's without a doubt going to be Solana because it has that Saturnian, and we're in the wood snake year in Chinese astrology, and I'll be shocked if Solana doesn't get the ETF approval first before all the other coins. But there's a lot of them filing, so ADA would probably be one of the last ones because they're not in the process of that yet, like XRP and all those others that are filing for the ETFs approvals and stuff. But yeah, you always want to buy the news and sell the rumor. So that's why the market pumped real fast. You got to be careful when it does that because we're always going to correct back and retest prior resistant levels to turn them into support. Now, that's why you're going to need me on this Hercules Crypto channel to get you to this journey about investing to hedge yourself against inflation. And whoever better else to know for the guy with muscles that has the intelligence at the same time can tell you where to go. Now, I love numbers. I love charts. This is my other passion. I've been lifting weights for years. When I ramp up this knowledge within a 2-year time frame, the end of April will be 1 year since I've been in the game. And a lot of people don't understand this is a game because it's very volatile. They can't stomach the volatility. And typically okay, so real quick, I'm going to end this video with this really sweet news, this really important detail. And pay attention to this because it's very important. So volatility, the liquidity space, with these leverage traders and everything on the futures, this brings more money in the liquidity space, and this is very healthy in the long term. A lot of people don't like this, but when you look at the heat maps, that's why I made my buys at 80,450, is because I saw on the heat map, there's a 12 hourly, which is the lowest time frame on the heat map you can look at. I saw a 51 million liquidation level on the short to liquidate the longs, and it was a target of like 80,428. I didn't want to be too greedy. I could have got more lower levels. I always wicks down. I saw another level about 30 million or 28 million at a lower level, but I wanted my target to get hit, and I put that all that amount that I wanted percentage to use to buy up that 0.009 of a Bitcoin. So, and it did get hit. So it did came down way lower. It came out to the low 78,000s. Um, but the price, the lowest we can ever come down is 74,500. I don't. It's not looking like we're going to come down that low, but because like I said, we're going to retest these lower levels like the 89K and the 90K and the 91K. Um, the actual stream lowest we can come down currently in the short term would be like 86,000 and something. That was the first levels I was looking at when I thought we'd get this extreme fear in the fear and greed index and get us going. But, I was wrong on that. And I love to be wrong, to look at analysis and look at everything and better myself on this knowledge. And everything's about learning, and mistakes are good or healthy, in my opinion. But yeah, Bitcoin, the lowest levels it can ever come down currently in the history, it would be the bear market lows of the year 2026, because everything's lining up to that with the global money to supply. Bitcoin tends to follow 10 weeks out from it, which is 2.5 months. So yeah, 69K. It's a significant number by a lot of reasons, and I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons why 69,000 is the lowest level Bitcoin will drop in the bear market modes of next year. Not this year, next year. It could happen at the end of this year, but everything's looking like either the end of first quarter of 2026 or it's the beginning of second quarter of 2026. But it's too far out. I gotta look at the charts and the indicators to look at that. But real quick, 69,000K, the other significant, because that's a big number. But another thing is we're gonna retest the prior bull run of 2021. The last bull run before that was one of the biggest, is 2017. A lot of these traders have been in the game for that long, and they're not always right. Nobody has a crystal ball. I'm not always right, but I'm ramping up my knowledge and becoming really good at this space. But why is we going to come down to 69K in the next bear market? Is the lowest levels we could ever come down on Bitcoin price? Simple. Because in the year 2021, the all-time highs was at $69,000 on the last bull run in 2021, which started from 2020 to 2021, because the halving year was 2020. Our halving year currently on this bull run on the second leg up was 2024, which a lot of altcoins did good in 2024. Not so good in 2025. That's why I reallocated myself to BTC only until October. And I could be wrong on this, but so far it's looking right. I'm looking 100% right now, or 97% right. But yeah, 69,000. You heard it from HerculesCrypt0. You might have barely heard it from very many people out there, but a lot of people ain't talking about this. And I'm already ahead of the game. And 69,000, at some point in the bear market lows, we're going to retest the prior highs of 2021 bull run, which to me is going to be 69,000. No one knows the exact price, but you better believe it or not, I'm going to be holding slightly above 69K. I'm going to have order levels set at the end of this year, before we even get to the end of this year, going into next year, 2026. Love you guys out there. I hope everybody has a good one. Peace.